tripping. G, predecessor, F and B, duration, 7 days. And finish, predecessor, D and G, duration 0 days. Right?
Okay. So when you draw your diagram, I remember in class, and this is where I got a little bit confused, when you put the corners, when you put the numbers in the corners, where are you putting the numbers?
Oh, no. Remember the node. I always put the number of the duration number in the center of the node.
Okay.
Because when you put it in the corner, it's going to mess you up. Remember that? Remember, the corners are for a certain purpose.
Yes,
we're going to use the corners. Yep. So always put the duration number in the center of the node. I like putting it on the inside of the box. Some people like to draw it on the outside. That outside just screws me up. I like to put that duration number on the inside because we're going to calculate forward and backwards. And those are the numbers that need to be on the outside.
Okay. So can you get close up to what you drew? Because I want to see if I drew the same thing, if it's the same.
Okay. Are you looking at me? You looking at my thing?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So go to the right a little bit more. Yep.
Yep. This is what it should look like.
So that in the middle, it's cross. There's like a cross, right?
Yes. Yep. So we got start to A and start goes to E. All right.
Okay.
So then remember, we follow the chart. B comes from A and E. So B, we draw B. And then we got its predecessors are A and E. So we got to have a line from A and E. Okay. Then we go to C. All right. The only reason I have E at this point because I know E also has a predecessor or start there.
Okay. All right. That's where I was saying, wait, let me get that. Okay.
Yep. Anytime I see numbers that have a predecessor or start, I go ahead and write them so I just know how many lanes I should have.
Okay.
If it would have had G predecessor or start, I would have came down and put another column for G.
Okay, I see.
Okay, got it. So we got A to B. B comes from A and E. So I'm gonna just go with this top row. So then B goes to C, but B also goes to G. We know that. So then D comes from C, and D goes to finish.
There you go.
Right. We come back to that second line. E goes to F. It also goes to B. F goes to G, but we know B also goes to G.
Right.
G goes to finish. So that is our chart.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Okay. Now let's calculate this puppy. So we know start has a duration of 0 always. Let me do something that stands out. I'm gonna go with green on the numbers. So let's calculate one path first. We start with 0 and 0. We start with 0 at the top left of A. 0 plus 6. All we're doing is adding at this point. 0 plus 6 is 6. Okay. Now I can bring the 6 over, or can I? Let me unmute you all. Can I bring the 6 over from from A?
No, because it goes to F, right?
Right. So we have what is that called?
A point of convergence.
Convergence point. There we go. Remember, when you have multiple arrows from one box, it's called a convergence point. When 2 points converge on a forward pass, which number must I use? The higher or lower number?
The higher number.
Higher. Very good. So I got a 6, but I don't know yet. So I just kind of cross it out and I see what's up. So I got 0 plus 1 is 1. So now I got a 1 and a 6. Which one should I take?
6.
The 6.
6. So I bring the 6 over. I go 6 plus 2 is 8. Do I bring my 8 over?
Wait. Can you hold on for a second?
Yes.
I know you're bringing the 6 over, but you're bringing the 6 over to the 2, right?
I brought the 6, yeah.
And that becomes your 8 at the top. Okay.
Absolutely. 6 plus 2 is 8. You got it.
Okay.
You got it. So then I can also bring my 6 down to F, right? Because I got a 6. That's my number.
Right.
6 plus 1 is?
7.
7. So I got a 7 and an 8. Which one do I go with?
8.
8. Very good. I bring my 8 and my 8, right? 8 plus 2, 10 for C. I bring my 10 over. 10 plus 3, 13. So one path is at 13 days. G is how many days? G is 7 days.
Yeah,
7.
7 days.
G is 7 days. 8 plus 7, 15. So I got 13 days on one path, 15 days on the other path. Which one do I choose?
The higher.
The height.
So 15 is the number I'm going to go with. So the duration of my project is 15 days. We just calculated duration. 15 days. All right. Y'all don't be mad at me. I forgot to hit record like halfway through. I'm going to do it again. Don't worry. I'll do it. I'll do it over. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I just noticed. I was like, oh, shoot. So I recorded from this point on. But definitely. Okay, Dawn, I see you, Dawn. Dawn, you laughing. That's not funny. That's not funny, Dawn. Okay. So 15 days. So we write this as 15D equals my duration, DUR, is my project duration, right? Remember, the standard duration in project management is 1 day. I don't care if it takes 2 hours, it's still considered 1 day, all right? So now, third step. First step, we drew the diagram. Second step, we calculated forward pass. Third step, we calculate backwards pass, right? So let's go backwards. 15s all the way across. All right. Or 15. Yep. 15 all the way. Let me bring my computer. 15 all the way around the finish box. Let's go backwards. Let's go with this top one. 15 minus 3, 12. I bring my 12 over. 12 minus 2, 10. I bring my 10 over. All right. 10 minus 2, 8. Now, I don't know if I could bring my 8 over because I got a conversion point right there. So I just stop. Okay. I bring my 15 down to G. 15 minus 7 is 8. Bring my, do I bring my 8 over or my 10 over? That's a good one. So I got a 10 and an 8 right here.
8.
I bring my 8 over. Very
The
good.
lower number.
Go with the lower number on the backwards pass. Very good. So I'll go with my 8. All right, 8 minus 1 is 7. Okay. Now I got a 7 and an 8 that have to converge back. Which one do I take?
7.
7s, very good. So I'll take my 7 here, my 7 here. 7 minus 6 is 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. All right. So, and both of these go back, right? So now, here's the deal. I might have did some wrong math somewhere. Let's see. Let us see. We drew it out right. And if we do some math, we can say, all right, So we do our math and we go backwards. I think I did something wrong. Hold on. Let me go back through it. I got my computer watching me. All right, so I got 15 here. I'll take my 15 minus 7 is 8. Here, do I bring my 8 over? No, or I got 10. Okay, that's a conversion point. So I got an 8 and I got a 10. I bring my 8 over. Yep, so 8 here, and this should be 8 here. That's what it was. Okay, so 8 minus 1 is 7, and 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay, now that's what it was. All right, I knew something was wrong. Okay, guys, so watch me. Here's what I did. On the conversion point from G, I got an 8 and a 10, so I bring my 8 over back to F on backwards pass, right? So now I got an 8 on the bottom of F and an 8 on the bottom of B. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 2 is 6. Got another conversion point, right? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Another conversion point. So between 6 and 7, which one do I take? 6. All right, so I got to go 6 with both. 6 minus 1 is 5. 6 minus 6 is 0. Okay, I was about to say something got to end in 0. All right, so we drew up critical path. We drew our diagram. We calculated forward pass. We calculated backwards pass. Now we calculate float. Now here's the deal. To calculate float, you can take either side, the start or the finish side, but whichever path ends in 0, that's our critical path. So first of all, these two, 15 minus 15, Well, I'm going to just take the finish side. 15 minus 15 is 0. We know that one is in 0. 15 minus 13, negative 2. 10 minus 12, negative 2. 8 minus 8, 0. Cool. 7 minus 8, negative 1. All right, let's go over here. 6 minus 6 is 0. 6 minus 1, negative 5. So now, if I wanted to calculate my critical path, all I'll do is pick the activities that end in 0. All right, so I'll go start. This is how you write it. Start. Y'all tell me what it is.
Start a
A, yes. B, start. A.
Start.
Anyone?
A.
Oh, sorry.
B, G, finish.
Finish. Very good. Very good, Selena. Start A, B, G, finish. How did we get that? All we did was I just did the finish side. And I subtracted the finish side. You can do the start side also. It depends on you. Okay? So the critical path is start A, B, G, finish. All right, that's our critical path. That is how you draw a network diagram out. That is how you calculate forward and backwards pass. That is how you calculate your critical path, ladies and ladies. I don't have any gentlemen on right now. All right.
Where's the guys? They ain't hanging out today, huh?
Vince said he had to work late today. So I hadn't heard from anyone else yet.
Did we hear from Troy?
I have not heard from Troy yet. I have not heard from. No, it's probably my fault. I have been busier than all get out. So thank you for the reminder. I'll reach back out to Troy to see how he's. Oh yeah, he took his exam. I want to see how he did.
Thank you. It scared the heck out of all of us.
He took his exam Tuesday. I want to see if he passed it. I hadn't heard from him. So maybe he's vacationing somewhere. Who knows? But I will check on him. I know Janelle, she was going to Vegas right after her, so I didn't hear from her right away, but she called me on the way to the airport. I was like, I passed. I'm on the way to Vegas. So yeah, I'll check on Troy. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, so that is a big part, that critical path, man. Going through it, like I said, I'll come and record it again where you guys can see it a little better. Sorry for not hitting the record button beforehand. However, we got a node, we got a chart, and we got a critical path. You got to be ready, willing, and able. Oh, there's Troy. You talked him up. You talked him up. Troy, you talked. I didn't see you waiting right there. I was doing. Look, this is what I was doing on the board here. So I just happened to look over the thing, and you said you were. It said you were waiting to come in. So let me get through this, Troy, and then we'll talk. We'll talk. So first things first, we did critical path. So where are we now? We're working in our project. We got things going. We're monitoring, controlling. We're making sure that we got things at bay, that we know what's going on, that we can control what we can control. So a couple of key terms while we're doing that part of the project, and then we're going to do an earn value. All right, we're going to do the formulas next. All right.
Yuck.
Yeah, I know. Yep. We're going to do one. All right. So here's where we are in the process. All right. Couple things you need to know. You need to know forecasting. You know what that means? That's a term you need to know. You need to know EV, stands for earned value. It's the value of work actually completed. You need to know the way they fall. PV, EV, and AC. I feel like it's something I want to share before I share those. EMV, we talked about EMV a little bit last week. Let's do earned monetary value real quick before I get into earned value, okay? EMV. So we kind of ended last week talking about risk, probability, impact. So probability and impact is pretty simple. When you think about risk and what risk is, it's three parts of it. Remember, it's the event, is the probability of the event, and it's the impact of that event, right?
Mhm.
So EMV, expected monetary value, is the event, or sorry, risk. Risk is the event, is the probability of the event, and it's the impact of that event happening. When we think about risk, we think about probability. So we have a formula called expected monetary value, EMV. Expected monetary value is the value times the probability of something. All right, so anytime you see EMV, my guess would be on the exam, you'll have something like this. Let me share my screen real quick. You'll have something similar to this that you may have to compute. And usually they give you the numbers for it, right? So I use the one that I use in class. We got contractor A and B. Contractor A has a probability of 35%, delay in 60 days, impact per day is $1,000. So the total impact is 60 grand. All we're doing is running the formula. All right. All we're doing is multiplying 35% times 60 days times $1,000 a day. 35% times 60,000 is $21,000. All right. That simple. Plug the numbers, you run the formula, you come up with a number. The other way to calculate it is a decision tree. Usually this will be drawn out for you, and all you'll have to do is calculate what they're asking you. The probability of something times the impact of something. You follow the path, and you come up with your number. All right, you do the math, real easy. So if I were to say, for example, the cost, and let's say we're talking cost, the cost of creating a new product through rapid development, I would go new product, rapid development, and let's say we wanted a good product. I'd take this 0.1 probability times our impact, $1 million. I'll do the math. I'll come up with my number. I'll select between A, B, C, and D, which is closest to that number. Real simple. Okay? That's expected monetary value. Okay? EMV. All right? Now, let's trickle down to EV. So EV, I love these formulas. People think they are ridiculously hard. I just think if you remember the flow and you can regurgitate them on your blank pages, then you'll be fine. You know, I always say it starts with the big three: plan value, earned value, actual cost, and BAC. BAC is normally given to you.
What's given to you? The what?
Okay. BAC, the budget at completion.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually given to you when you have one of those formulas. Okay? Budget at completion. It's usually given. So they may say something like, you have a budget of $100,000. That's your BAC. All right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to find one and we'll do one. Okay? They'll say something like, you have a budget of $100,000. Calculate blah, 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 blah. Right? So all we do is we take these formulas and we write them out on our blank sheet and we go through them. And we do one formula at a time. All right? So, Dawn, this is Dawn. Well, Dawn isn't the only one, and I'm not going to call Dawn out, but I just remember me and Dawn going around this one. And it is tricky. It's a tricky thing to do. So let me erase my board, and I'm going to go through this example with you guys, and then I'll open it up for Q&A. Okay? So first things first. Share my screen. Put it toward the board so you guys can see me. All right, here we go. I'm going to go with, here we go. All right, here's the example. I'm going to read it out. The example is, hold on one second, guys. Hi, how are you? Oh, right there. Yep. Oh, okay.
You can stay.
I'll be finished in like 5 minutes. Okay. Is that okay?
Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, come on in. I'm gonna show them an example on the board, and I'll be done. All right, thank you. Sorry for crashing your room, guys. You got me crashing somebody's room in here. All right. So here we go. So here's the example. It says you have planned for a project to write a software application to take 1 year. Okay? The cost of this project are budgeted at $12,500 per month. Okay? 6 months into the project, you find that the software application is 50% completed and you've spent $70,000. So I'm gonna run over those numbers again. Okay? You plan for a project to write a software application to take 1 year. The costs of this project are budgeted at $12,500 per month. 6 months into the project, that's halfway through the project, you find that the software application is 50% completed and you've spent $70,000 halfway through. Based on this information, we're going to do every single formula. Ready? All right, here we go. So first things first, we know our BAC, right?
Yes.
Right.
What's the BAC?
12,500.
Is it?
Okay, maybe not.
It's
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All right, here we go.
It's 150K.
Okay, how'd you get 150K, Celine?
Because you said it's $12,500 per month, and you said it's a 1 year project.
Oh, project, yeah.
Times, so how many months?
12
Times two.
months.
Very good, very good. So first things first, we got our budget at completion. I told you they usually give you the BAC. All right? Okay, now, we follow the formula. We follow the flow. PV, remember how in order. If you remember the order, you'll be fine. All right? PV.
So they have to be done in order, Chris?
Yes, yes, because this is the easiest way to do them. If you can remember these four, BAC, PV, EV, and AV, and AC, you're good to go for the rest of the other 9 that are left. Okay? All right, so now let's calculate PV, the plan value. What do we know about the plan value? Anybody care to dive in? Plan value is the plan percent complete times the BAC. So we got 6 of 12 months is the percent complete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that in
It'll
percentage?
be 70. So it'll be half of the total. So that'll be 75K.
Yep. We get 50% times 150,000 equals 75K. All right. Now let's go down to EV. Our earned value. Our earned value formula says it is our earned value is the actual percent complete times the BAC. So if we're 50%, 6 of 12, then wouldn't it be 50% times the 150 again?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 50% times 150 equals another 75K. Now, actual cost. What is our actual cost? We don't need a formula for this. They told us we spent a certain amount of money. How much have we spent?
70,000.
70K. Very good. Now, with these 4 formulas, we can solve every other formula in earned value, just with those 4. The rest of them, they come from those 4. That's why I said write them in order. And once you write them in order, then you can tabulate them. All right. So let me go through really quickly, and we're gonna finish up, and then I'll move over to my room. I'll clean her board, and I'll move over to my room for Q&A. All right. So now the next ones are CV and SV. Schedule variance, cost variance, and schedule variance. Cost variance is EV minus AC. EV 75K. AC 70K. That is, somebody yell it out.
5,000.
5,000, very good. Schedule variance is EV minus PV. EV, 75. K minus PV, 75K. That equals what?
0.
0. So you know what that says? We have no schedule variance. Our schedule does not vary. We're real tight on the schedule. That's what it's saying. Let's go to the next two. CPI, SPI. Formula for CPI. EV divided by AC. All right, so we got 75K divided by 70K. We get 1.07. We get SPI equals EV divided by PV. EV, 75K, minus PV, 75K. That equals 1. Okay. And then we got our last four. EAC, ETC, VAC, and TCPI. All right, our last four. EAC, ETC, VAC, TCPI. All right, so now EAC, that's the BAC, which is 150,000, divided by our CPI, which is 1.07, and we get 140 grand, $186.91. Guys, remember on your calculator, round up to two decimal places after the point. All right. ETC, our next one, that's our EAC, which we just calculated, minus our actual cost. So we got 140, 186 minus 70,000. We should get 70,186.91. VAC is our BAC of 150K minus our EAC, 140, 186.91. Subtract those two, you should get $9,813.09. And our last but not least, TCPI, that's the long one. That's BAC minus AC, all divided by BAC minus AC. Sorry, BAC minus EV divided by BAC minus AC. All right, so 150 minus 75 divided by 150 minus 70, and you should get 0.94. That is how you do the formulas, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna hold on to my word, guys. Give me like 2 minutes. Let me clean her board, and I'm gonna go over to my room.
Take a picture of that real quick for me.
You got it. You got it. Now I'll come back and do these. I'll come back and do a clean version, probably in the morning, from a whiteboard, so it looks crisp when I draw it out. And those are two of what you guys think is the most difficult parts to remember, to recall, and it just comes from you practicing them, that's all. But it's literally addition, subtraction, a little bit of multiplication, okay? All right, so with that being said, let me grab my stuff. I'm gonna go next door, I'm still recording. I'm gonna take y'all down the hall with me and go in my room. They probably in there waiting. I should have jumped on earlier and just recorded this and sent it to y'all, but I wanted it to be interactive. So, let me grab my stuff. I was for sure I was the only one in the room tonight, but apparently I wasn't. So, I've been wrong before. Okay, here we go. Let's go down the hall. All right, come on in. I took over your room. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't want to take your room.
Right. Excuse me, ladies. Have a good class. All right. All right. Here we go. Hi, guys. All right. So Q&A. That was I'm finishing up my study group call, guys, so bear with me. Or video conference, rather. So, we did critical path. We did earn value. Let me just go through and see if I want to give you guys any final notes on this section. Be able to write the formulas. Let me share my screen. Be able to screen share. Here we go. All right, so here's the formula. It's just from the boot camp. You guys know how this goes. Write them in that order. If you write them in that order, it'll be easy to regurgitate it on your blank sheet. All right.
What page is this? Do we have this, right?
You have it. It's 192 in your slide deck in your booklet.
Okay.
From the boot camp. Okay. Last thing I want to tell you, the quality tools. The quality tools, PMBOK page 239. So we got Ishikawa, fishbone, or cause and effect diagram. They're all the same thing. Know what a control chart is. Know histograms, Pareto chart, 80-20 rule comes from Pareto. Know what a run chart is and a scatter diagram. Know what they look like. Couple of techniques for conflict resolution or conflict management: withdrawal, smoothing, compromise, forcing, and confrontation. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this portion. That's all I want to kind of go over for this portion. So let me open it up, man. Q&A. Let me put my headset on. Hold on a second, guys. My headset on while my class is preparing to get ready for this 2 hours I'm about to get in. All right, hold on. Okay, let me mute everybody, and then let's go some QA. All right, so I'm gonna unmute you all. Yep, everybody's unmuted, I believe. Yep, everybody's unmuted. Talk to me. How is it, Troy? What's going on? Can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. Q&A. Any questions? How y'all feeling? Are y'all studying? Or are y'all just waiting till the Thursday call and waiting for me to go over the content?
No, I've been going over, but I've been waiting for the call. But this gets me more flustered. My problem is and it's not hard. I've made it hard. So
okay. All right. Pick it back up.
Yeah.
Pick it back up. You know how it goes. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. For a month, you should be good. You should be ready if you're diligent.
What did you say, Dawn? If you have the what? Dawn said if you have the...
If I have the formulas in front of me, I can do it, but having trouble remembering them.
That's me, and that's where I am too.
Yep. So it comes from practice. So guys, in the back of Andy Crow, the 5th edition, if you don't have the book, remember you can download it from the site. He has some great examples in the back of the book that you can practice. All right, practice on those. Yes, that's why I was saying practice enough to write it down so you have it in front of you for the exam. Mm-hmm. And when you have it in front of you, you can do them.
Okay.
Yes. The more you practice them, the easier they are to remember.
This is the one that I avoid like the plague.
Yeah, of course. Everybody avoids it. Everybody avoids the formulas. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
It just seems to me that if I can do them all, and this is when I did the practice, I did all the questions and I left these for last because I'd rather spend time answering more questions than getting flustered and doing that.
Okay. All right. I understand.
I'm not saying it's right, but
just don't leave them out.
Yeah. Well, they say you can actually pass the test without doing them.
You can if you get everything else right. But here's the thing. They're so easy. Like they really are easy if you remember them enough to jot them down. The four, the big four, BAC, PV, EV, and AC. If we can get those four, then the rest feed off those four.
And that's what I'm gonna commit myself to do that, to remember those
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
practice those 4, and then like you said, everything else follows.
It trickles from those 4. Yep. Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Dawn.
Good.
I don't know you, Dawn, but come on, commit with me to do that.
Dawn was in my most recent boot camp last month, June. He was in the June boot camp.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. I'll add Dawn to the group me. She says done. I love it. I love it. Yep. Yep. Good. Good. What other questions, comments, concerns you guys have? I don't know. Troy, can you hear me? I don't think Troy can hear me. Okay. Any other questions or comments, concerns?
No.
No? Okay, good. It was a good call. I think I missed half of it, y'all. I'm sorry. I promise you. Maybe when I finish up with this study group tonight, I'll go in and just record myself doing another network diagram. And
Please.
but I did take pictures. So I'll post them in the group me, and I'll record me doing another network diagram and walking you guys through step by step. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is my time. I got 5 minutes to spare. I'm gonna do restroom, and then I got this live study group here waiting on me. So we'll jump into that. But expect the recording by tomorrow morning. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good evening.
All
See you,
right, thanks,
everyone.
Chris.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye.